The automotive world is watching closely as the pressure on Bugatti intensifies. Matt Armstrong has now gone on record twice to challenge Bugatti directly, and his latest move leaves nothing unsaid. After making initial comments on Rimac's response video back in May, Matt has released a comprehensive video addressing Bugatti CEO Mate Rimac with unprecedented directness. What emerges from this confrontation exposes serious inconsistencies in Rimac's safety argument, and the entire car community is paying close attention to every word. Matt opens his video with genuine shock at the reality of the situation. He struggles to process that the actual CEO of Bugatti, one of the world's most exclusive hypercar manufacturers, has taken time from his schedule to create a response video directed specifically at him. When you consider the magnitude of this moment, it's genuinely remarkable. Just 5 years ago, Matt was rebuilding a classic car in a restaurant parking lot. Now the CEO of Bugatti is actively watching his YouTube content. It's completely surreal. The fact that one of the most powerful figures in the hypercar industry is publicly responding to his channel speaks volumes about the influence Matt has built and how seriously Bugatti takes this entire rebuild, whether they're willing to admit it or not. Before diving into the substance of his critique, Matt establishes something crucial. He's not interested in creating conflict. He has no desire for beef with Bugatti or with Mate Rimac as a person. His position is clear and straightforward. He's simply building the car and trying his absolute hardest to get it back on the road. He respects Bugatti's engineering achievements. He acknowledges that the company produces some of the most extraordinary hypercars ever created. His mission is uncomplicated: rebuild the Chiron to the highest standard he can achieve and document the entire process with complete honesty. The fact that Rimac is publicly watching and responding tells you everything you need to know. This rebuild has gotten under Bugatti's skin in ways they can no longer ignore or dismiss. Matt tackles the headlight price controversy with surgical precision. Rimac claimed in his response that the rumored $150,000 headlight price is completely false. According to Bugatti, the correct price is approximately $20,000. But here's where the argument falls apart. Matt cannot purchase these headlights directly from Bugatti. The company has flatly refused to sell him parts. The only third-party source Matt has managed to locate has quoted him $150,000 for a set of Chiron headlights. So whether Bugatti's internal price is $20,000 becomes almost irrelevant. That price is completely inaccessible to Matt. He cannot obtain it. It might as well not exist. Matt also challenges Rimac's justification that these headlights cost tens of millions of dollars to develop. He questions whether that development cost genuinely justifies a $20,000 price tag for what is fundamentally a lighting unit that turns on and off. For perspective, he points to the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, where comparable headlights cost around $700 each. Still expensive by ordinary standards, certainly, but light years away from Bugatti's numbers. This comparison highlights something genuinely important. If Bugatti truly care about road safety, the logical step would be to sell Matt the headlights at their stated $20,000 price, ensuring he uses proper factory components rather than forcing him toward expensive, unverified third-party alternatives. This contradiction undermines their entire safety argument. This is where Matt's video lands its most devastating blow. Rimac spent substantial time in his response explaining how the Chiron's airbags are specifically calibrated for this vehicle, tested across different temperatures, precisely engineered for the dashboard's deployment characteristics, and integrated into Bugatti's proprietary safety architecture. The implication was unmistakable. Only official Bugatti airbags will function correctly in this car. Anything else represents a genuine safety risk. Matt's response cuts straight to the heart of the matter. As far as it can determine, the Chiron's airbag module is identical to the one found in an Audi A3. The part numbers match exactly. The bolt holes align perfectly. The component cross-references to a standard Volkswagen Group part used across multiple production vehicles worldwide. If that's accurate, and the evidence suggests it is, then how can Rimac claim that only Bugatti-specific airbags are safe for this car? This is the same point that FXG made in the original comment section. These aren't bespoke, handcrafted Bugatti components. They're shared VW Group parts fitted into a Chiron shell. Matt acknowledges that he doesn't have the budget to conduct temperature-variant deployment testing the way Bugatti's engineers do. but his logic is virtually unassailable. If he sources the OEM dashboard and the OEM airbag module, the identical parts that Bugatti installs at the factory, then those components should function exactly as they were designed and tested to function. The real obstacle isn't Matt's competence or his intentions. It's that Bugatti simply won't sell him the parts. They have created a situation where safety concerns, whether legitimate or manufactured, become the justification for refusing support. Perhaps the most damaging point Matt raises is one that Rimac never directly addressed: the rebuild title. In the United States, when a vehicle suffers severe damage, it receives one of two legal designations. A certificate of destruction means the car is beyond repair and cannot legally return to the road under any circumstances. A rebuild title means the opposite. It indicates the vehicle is reparable and can legally return to road use once appropriate repairs are completed. When FXG's Chiron went through the insurance process, a Bugatti technician inspected it. That technician had the authority to certify the car for destruction. They didn't. They signed off on a rebuild title instead. The car went to public auction at Copart with that designation. FXG purchased it for $1.9 million total with auction fees. This creates a direct contradiction of Rimac's entire safety argument. Bugatti's own expert looked at the specific car and determined it was reparable. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot send a car to public auction with a rebuild title, legally indicating it can be repaired, and simultaneously argue that independent repair is too dangerous to support. The rebuild title isn't technicality or bureaucratic formality. It's Bugatti's own professional assessment that the specific car can be fixed. It's their own technician's signature on a document stating that this Chiron is capable of being restored to roadworthy condition. That signature contradicts everything Rimac has argued publicly about the dangers of independent repair. Matt also raises a fascinating point about how other hypercar manufacturers handle crash vehicles. Some brands, Koenigsegg for example, will actively purchase crash examples back from insurance companies and repair the cars themselves, maintaining tight control over what happens to them and ensuring they're either restored to the highest standards or taken off the road entirely. It's an expensive approach, certainly, but it's a genuine one. It reflects authentic brand accountability. Bugatti took a different path with FXG's Chiron. They did not buy it back. They allowed it to go to auction. They watched it sell to a private buyer for $1.9 million. And now, instead of supporting that buyer's rebuild, even at arm's length through a liability waiver, they've chosen to oppose it publicly while simultaneously refusing to supply the necessary parts. If the safety concern were genuine and primary, Bugatti had an obvious solution available to them. Buy the car back, remove it from the market, ensure it's either repaired to their standards or destroyed. The fact that they didn't pursue this option suggests the concern isn't really about safety at all. Matt offered a practical solution that other manufacturers already employ successfully. Lamborghini supplies them with parts when he rebuilds their vehicles. They void the warranty and make clear that all liability rests with Matt, but they sell him what he needs. The rebuild moves forward with factory components. It's a reasonable, responsible approach that protects the manufacturer legally while giving the builder access to proper parts. Matt suggests the same model could work with Bugatti. Supply the parts. Issue a liability waiver. Walk away with completely clean hands. It's not a complicated arrangement or an unreasonable request. Even more compelling is the example of his friend James and the Porsche GT3 RS. That car was rebuilt using exclusively factory parts. When James brought it to Porsche for a post-rebuild inspection, it passed completely. Porsche, a manufacturer of some of the world's most performance-focused and uncompromising road cars, not only supports independent rebuilds through part availability, but will actually reinstate warranty coverage if the work meets their engineering standards. If Porsche can do that with a performance machine, the question of why Bugatti cannot do the same deserves a straightforward answer. The only one that makes logical sense is that Bugatti simply doesn't want independent rebuilds to happen, regardless of quality, safety considerations, or final outcome. It's not about safety. It's about control. The Chiron is currently in pieces at CV Customs in Miami. The car has been stripped down to the carbon fiber monocoque, revealing the full extent of the damage. There's a mangled aluminum front structure for damaged radiators, cracked mounts, destroyed body panels, and a potentially compromised transmission. Matt is still actively sourcing alternative parts because Bugatti refuses to sell to him. He's not claiming this will be perfect. He's not pretending he has factory resources or unlimited budgets. He's documenting an honest attempt to do something genuinely remarkable, one step at a time, with complete transparency about the challenges and limitations. With his full video response now public, the automotive community can compare both sides with complete clarity. On one hand, a CEO pointing to safety concerns while refusing to supply parts or buy the car back, creating a situation where independent repair becomes impossible while claiming to care about safety. On the other hand, a builder who wants to use factory components, accept full liability for the rebuild, and put the car back on the road properly. The contrast is striking. One side talks about safety while removing every path to responsible repair. The other side commits to using proper components and accepting complete responsibility for the outcome. This Chiron saga is far from finished. The community is watching how Bugatti responds, what Matt accomplishes next, and whether this confrontation forces any reconsideration of how manufacturers approach crash vehicles in private ownership. Subscribe now because the developments coming will reshape the conversation about independent hypercar rebuilds, manufacturer responsibility, and what it truly means to care about safety when a customer wants to repair their own car.